Next, we want to go ahead and optimize our meta tags. There's three types of meta tags that we want to optimize: our title tag, our description tag, and our keyword tag. Let's start with the title tag, and here's the criteria you want to follow. Number one, you want to make sure that your title tag is no longer than 60 characters. And number two, you want to make sure that you include your main target keyword or a variation of that keyword. Now, it's okay if your title tag spills over the 60 characters mark. Google just won't count anything in terms of its ranking past 60 characters. So I just like to keep mine less than 60. So to write our meta tags, just go ahead and scroll within your dashboard to the post that you want to be editing, and in this case it's Chiclet Aquarium. And then scroll down to the bottom, and included in Niche Profit Press is a plugin. And you'll see it at the bottom. It's called the All-in-One SEO Pack. And this is, as you can see, where you can enter a title, description, and keywords tag. So I'm going to try to write a title tag that includes my keyword exactly. I always like to try to do that before moving to a variation of some kind. When I'm writing the title tag, I also want to keep in mind that the title tag is going to show up in the search results. So what I've done is I've gone over to Google here, and I've typed in Chiclet Aquarium Setup. And this right here, you'll see all the listings. This link right here at the top, this is the title tag for the page. Google pulls it in and displays it here. And this is the title tag for this page, which is displayed right here. So this is what the user sees when they're using Google. So the better your title tag is for the user, the more clicks you're going to get. So for instance, when I did a search here, I see two results. Number one at the very top, the optimum Chiclet Aquarium setup. And then the second one, it's ranked number 2, but it only says aquarium setup. Which one am I going to be more likely to click on if I'm looking for Chiclet Aquarium setup? I'm going to be a lot more likely, I think, to click on this one. So writing good title tags is going to actually increase traffic and increase click-throughs to your web page from the search engines. So I like what this person's done, but I'm not going to copy it word for word. And I don't suggest that you do copying word for word of title tags either if they're ranked highly in Google, because it's my hunch that Google likes to see variation in their results. As you can see, there's no other title tag that says the optimum Chiclet Aquarium setup. So we want something strong yet somewhat different. And I have an idea. And the idea is this: Chiclet Aquarium setup step by step. Now, of course, you want to read your article itself and make sure that this accurately reflects what the article's about. It may not. So I'm actually going to double check. I'm going to head back to my web page. I'm just going to glance at this article. And just reading this article quickly, it is pretty step by step. So I think that title tag is good. Another idea would be maybe instead of using step by step, I could say key factors. But for now, I think I'm going to leave it as step by step. Now you might have other ideas as you're watching me do this, and you might be wondering, why not just make it a little longer? Well, again, I always like to keep my title tags as short as I possibly can, while still having them read well and make sense and accurately reflect what the article's about, and also again keep in mind that the user's going to see them, so I want them to show up well here and get me a high click-through rate. Let's move on to our description tag now. This one should be a little bit easier because we have more leeway. We can write 160 characters max. After that, Google's just not going to count anything after that. And again, we want to include our keyword or variation. Now, because I've included my main keyword in my title tag, I'm going to go ahead and use a variation for the description tag. So when you're writing your description tag, you just want to write 1 to 2 sentences, even up to 3 sentences, that describes what your article is about. You just want to write naturally for the most part, yet you want to make sure that you get your main keyword in there or a variation of your keyword, and also try to use related keywords. So what I like to do before I write my description again is glance at the article and just kind of absorb some of what's in that article, and then I'll just write the description tag out really quick. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to start reading this article, and I'm just going to point out what jumps out at me. So what jumps out at me: size of Chiclet Aquarium, filter, water pump, clean, decorations, gravel, sand, plants, pH, covering your tank, heat, keeping it away from sunlight, These tips seem to be all about maintaining the tank after you've set it up. And then a little bit of a conclusion. It's quite a good article, actually. And it gives me an idea as I read it a little bit closer. I do want to change my title tag because it's not really Chiclet Aquarium set up step by step. It's more guidelines, isn't it? Okay, so let's write our description. I'm going to say essential guidelines to setting up a Chiclet Aquarium properly. Includes specs for tank size, pH, heating, filtration, plants, gravel, and aquarium location. And that about maxes us out in terms of characters that we can use. And I think that's pretty solid overall. You'll notice that I tried to include keywords and phrases that were related to the topic at hand, which isn't too hard since I'm just summarizing the article, but you'll see that I tried to pack as much as I could into the description: tank size, pH, heating, everything separated by commas. I used the word tank where I could because tank is a synonym for aquarium. And again, I'm just thinking, what is going to tell Google what this page is about? What is going to get Google to rank this page at the top? So just common sense, really. And if you have a good article, you can write a good summary, a good description. And that just leaves our keyword tag. And I use a very specific format here. The keyword tag used to be much more important to your search engine rankings, but over the years, it's really lost its power. Nevertheless, it's still a good idea to have one. I just use the same structure for all of my keyword tags, and it's right there at the bottom. The keyword itself that I'm targeting for the page, plus the root word for the website. So if you open up the dashboard here, again, the keyword that we're targeting for this page, which is Chiclet Aquarium Setup, and then a comma, space, and then the root word for the site. I'd either put just Chiclet, or I might put Chiclet Care like that. And then I would repeat that for all of my keyword tags across all my pages. I put the keyword I was targeting for the page, and then I just put comma Chiclet Care or comma Chiclets, one or the other. So that completes our meta tag setup. When you're all finished, you would scroll to the top, and we'll bring this in a little bit, and just click Update Post. Now if we go back to our page and click Refresh, you'll see in the upper left that our title tag is showing up exactly where it should. And if we were to do a View Source, we'd see the rest of our meta tags. And to do that, you just go to View Source and scroll to the source code, and your title tag will be right up here at the top. And then if you scroll down just a bit to where it says All-in-One SEO Pack, you'll see your description and your keywords tag right here.